friends, I'm back for another writing lesson with you. And I'm going to go ahead and make these slides a bit bigger so you can see them larger. So hello, series authors. You guys, I am so proud of all of your hard work. I mean, I have been so impressed by all of your stories, your book boxes, the presentation that you've created for your series is incredible. You should be so proud. And I think that since you worked so hard, that you guys should just now introduce yourselves as series authors, because that's what you are, and you should be really proud of it. So if I was to do it as an example, it'd be like, hello, my name is Heather Averick, and I'm the author of the Gretchen Adventure series. I think that's how you should introduce yourself to your family today when you see them, because you should be proud of all the hard work that you've put into this. Today, we're going to be investigating what makes realistic fiction realistic. So let's jump into the slides so you can see what we're going to do today. All right, so we have read these stories over the course of the year. It's Henry and Mudge, right? And there's a lot of books in this series, and it's written by Cynthia Rylant. But can I tell you something? This is not the only series she has written. Does this book look familiar? Yeah, Mr. Putter and Tabby Drop the Ball. And guess what? That's not just one book. There's a whole series with Mr. Putter and Tabby, and this is just a small sampling of the stories in that series. So a lot of times, realistic fiction and series writers, when series writers create a book that people really love and want to read, they want more. They want to read more. And so often, authors create a second series. And that's what Cynthia Rylant has done. She has the Henry and Mudge series, and she also has the Mr. Putter and Tabby series. So guess what? We're going to get the opportunity to do that too. You guys are series authors, and we can begin to look at starting another series. Today, we're going to talk about also, what does realistic fiction really mean? We're going to dive a little deeper into that. So today, I want to teach you that realistic fiction writers often study what makes realistic fiction seem so realistic. And then they call on their own experiences to write stories that seem real. So a lot of times, realistic fiction writers will take things that happen to them in real life and turn that into a story. It makes it feel really real, right? Yeah, a lot of writers will do that. So what I want to do today is read aloud this story, Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat. And this is a realistic fiction book. And as I read, I want you to ask yourself, what feels real about this story? I actually recorded myself reading this story earlier today, and so we're going to listen to this video of me reading Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat, the 8th book of their adventures by Cynthia Rylant. Table of contents. What is it? A good mother, a surprise. What is it? One night, Henry and Henry's father and Henry's big dog Mudge were watching TV. Do you notice anything? Let's pause for a second on this page. What about this page makes it feel like real life? Well, when I look at this picture and I read these words, I notice that this looks like what it feels like in my own family. Maybe we're watching TV, snuggling with a big old pup laying on my lap. That feels really real. I almost feel like I can hear the TV in the background. Is this something that happens for you in your own home too? Yeah. Suddenly, Mudge ran to the door and barked. Henry's father opened the door. Sitting on the steps was the shabbiest cat Henry had ever seen. Thumbs up if there's something in this story where you're thinking, yeah, this feels really real. Yeah, for me too. If somebody is at my door, whether it's somebody delivering a package or maybe it's a dog that's come into our front yard or just a friend knocking at the door, my dogs go crazy. They will bark, 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 bark the whole time and run right over to the door. If you have a dog, does that happen to you too? Yeah, that's just like real life, right? All right. So when you looked at those pages in that story, you could imagine yourself in that book, in those moments. Those are things that can happen in real life, right? Does that look like a living room that maybe is similar to yours? You have a couch, TV, maybe some potted flowers or plants. You're all snuggling up on the couch. I mean, who doesn't love to snuggle up with mom and dad and your pet, right? These are things that happen in real life. That's what makes it feel so real. So guess what? You guys are going to start writing your next series. And you guys are already ready for it. You've already written your first, and now we're going to work on writing our second. So first, we need a new character, right? We're going to create a new character. I'm not going to use Gretchen in my next series. I'm going to have to create a new character. I also need to create a new problem and a new solution. Am I going to have her in a tree house rescuing a small animal again? No, I'm going to come up with a different problem and a solution because it's a new character. It's a whole new book series, okay? Then we also don't want to forget to use our sparkle words, right? The sparkle words make our books even more exciting. So I could say something like, let's give a character. I'll just use Haley for a name. Haley drank some refreshing hand-squeezed orange juice. It was quite delightful. Those are fun sparkle words, right? Refreshing, delightful, hand-squeezed. Yeah, that makes the story more interesting, right? Okay. And then also, we don't want to forget dialogue. Dialogue is such an important part in our writing. The dialogue helps us to learn more about characters. It gives our characters feeling and movement, right? So we could say, Haley was so happy, her heart was bursting. She yelled in excitement, I love this game! So I just made that up on the spot, right? But you know that she's feeling so happy, her heart is bursting, and she's yelling out that she loves this game. Can you imagine how she's feeling? Yeah, exactly. And I could even add more movement to that, right? We can always go back and revise and edit. And I could say, she yelled out while throwing her hands in the air that I love this game, right? We can do that. That makes it more exciting for our readers. So remember to add dialogue, which will allow our characters to move and feel. And last but not least, what we talked about today, we want to remember as we're writing our stories, what makes a story feel real. So try and call upon your real life experiences as you write a story. What's something that's happened to you that was kind of exciting? Could you use that as inspiration to write your new realistic fiction book? Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you guys go off and write today, go ahead and start in your template that's provided in Seesaw, just to kind of get some ideas down as you start your new series. Who is your new character? Where is your character? What's the setting? What's the problem? Do you know the solution? Those are the kinds of things we're going to want to start with. And as we keep writing, you're going to add in all of those extra details, like those sparkle words in that dialogue. Feel free, if you're really into it, to keep on writing and keep on writing. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Bye.